Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I want to speak about the real role of your twin flame for your twin flame journey, for your life, and I hope that this will resonate with a lot of you. So, essentially, why we meet our twin flame and why our twin flame behaves in the way that they do is simply so that we can find our lost power. We may not realize it, but even before we met our twin, we may be living in a state of great disempowerment and in a state of lack of self love. Many divine feminines do not truly love themselves. To truly love yourself means to really listen to the voice of your heart, to follow your passion, to be joyful, to allow yourself to, love and breathe, to trust, to go with the flow of life, to just be this full expression of who you are, to not be afraid of being your childlike self and of, freely speaking your mind, of being a very spiritually empowered person as well, because this is who you really are deep inside. So when you meet your twin, the struggle really begins, after the bubble love phase, because you start to chase them and you place them on a pedestal and they do all sorts of atrocious things in the connection, for you to heal yourself, for you to release all parts of you that they are triggering essentially, which are stopping you from, living your complete life. So, the role of your twin flame is to bring you into deep, unconditional acceptance of who you are and into deep, unconditional love for yourself. So much so that it makes you fearless, it makes you absolutely independent from everyone and everything around you. You're no longer codependent, and it absolutely is that you're not codependent on your twin flame either. The journey is orchestrated in such a way that you attract or you magnetize your twin flame only and only when you have released the codependency that you feel with your twin flame. When you do not need them, when you do not think that, oh God, my union must materialize for me to be happy. You're already living that happy, high vibrational life. You're already there, you're already so much in love with yourself that you do not need your twin flame to love you. You already trust yourself that you do not need someone else to you do not have any trust based issues with other people, right? Because that all is a reflection of lack of inner trust, lack of, oh my God, bad things will happen to me because in my childhood really bad things happened, so I learned not to trust other people. You've healed all such issues essentially, and this is where you've come into a whole alignment of who you really are. Your spiritual truth is the truth that you live by all day, 24 into 7. It's not something that you wake up and you consciously choose. It's who you really are, and So, this is the role of your twin flame. So, do not run after the 3D person of your twin flame and think, my role is to get into union with that person and live a happily married life. Yes, that is very well possible, but always remember that that is the byproduct of all the inner work that you are going to undertake. And what is that inner work that you have to undertake? You really have to be the truest version of who you are. It's very difficult for us to live in the soul aspect of our lives, because we need to be intense meditators to become mindful about everything that we do. When you do meditate every day, slowly over time the conscious part of you does become very active and you can stay in a state of great self-awareness, right? But essentially, for many, many years, before you reach that state of truly being in the present 24 hours, you will be living in the mind. And because of you living in the mind, you have to heal your mind. You have to heal all the wounds of the subconscious mind. All the issues, that block you. Like, so much can block your heart chakra, for instance. So much can block your sacral chakra, some negative experiences, some trauma from past life, from this life, some sort of an abandonment wound, some kind of a negative situation that can block your solar plexus, that can make you fearful, right? Some sort of a, maybe you got admonished for speaking your truth, so the throat chakra blocked, So all of that you have to release, because you're realizing that the Creator created you in a beautiful, powerful way. And because of the life you chose, the experiences you had, all of these things, somehow, the karma and everything played its role. And you got blocked, in all of these places. But now you've been given a choice through your spiritual awakening to release these blocks and to come into being, who you really always were, right? So the soul doesn't judge any experience as good or bad. It is just here on the physical plane to have an earthly experience, right? So whatever were the earthly experiences you picked up, a lot of them being negative, that have blocked you, that have kept you from being, your true self, you are meant to release all of them. All right, and this is very well within your ambit to do, and this is why your twin flame has come into your life. This is why you met your twin at such a juncture in your life where you were, most divine feminines meet their twin flames when really they are not in a good place in their lives, somewhere you're in a state of great disempowerment, and you meet your twin and you see, a rosy future. But then again, the way the twin flame runs away, it disempowers you even more. And the mistake we end up making, because of which we keep looping on the journey for several years, is simply that we shift the codependency or the lack of empowerment we had from, the codependency on other people and the lack of empowerment we generally felt in terms of our life situations. We shift it all to our twin flame situation. So now, instead of releasing the codependency, you've shifted the codependency onto your twin. So this is why, you keep feeling disempowered and you keep thinking, oh God, my twin flame is the problem. My twin flame betrayed me and did this and did that. And we've all made those mistakes. Like I have made that mistake for such a long time, even unconsciously holding things against my twin without even acknowledging it, that I felt bad or I felt sad. But basically, it's just a mirror reflection of how you were treating yourself. So what you really need to do now is to come into that state of complete empowerment within you, which means that now you stop treating yourself as, like a second fiddle. The way if you felt that your twin was not treating you correctly, somewhere you were not treating yourself correctly, right? This is why they felt, it seemingly, seemed that they took all the leverage, that they had, over you, and then they mistreated you, or they betrayed you, or they found another person after promising things to you, or they did not see through the plans, simply because somewhere you were not seeing through the promises that you were making to yourself. You were betraying, who you truly are. You were stuck in situations or jobs or marriages or relationships that were not serving you in so many places, right? So that is the perfect mirroring that a twin does to you. So this is the real purpose of the twin flame behavior, that the real purpose of your twin flame journey. Do not take it quite literally. Do not say, oh, my divine masculine did these horrible things to me. Really look at, the service that they have done to you in terms of reflecting to you where all you have been abandoning yourself, where all you have been dishonest with yourself. And many people, have a difficulty in accepting this, because they say, no, I have always loved myself and I have always listened to myself. I'm very much in touch with my emotions. But really, if that was the case, then, your twin would not reflect this back to you, or this is not a twin flame journey that you're on. You have to be very radically honest. As difficult as it is, you have to be radically honest with yourself about how, you have been doing all of these things to you, and you have to step up and now do that healing work. You have to heal your inner child. You have to work on your energy centers. You have to go with the flow of life. You have to see where you're still in control of life, where you try to control, and you have to also forgive your twin. And as hard as, that is, and many of you may be struggling with it as well, or you may be whitewashing all the pain that your twin has caused you by, always still thinking of union and always still desiring them, I would urge you to actually look at that pain, because somewhere that pain can be stopping you from manifesting your twin flame union as well. So it's very important, that you forgive your twin and you forgive them on all counts where you've been hurt, after having healed, those counts, of course. All right. Do not look at your twin as a 3D person. That is the biggest mistake you will make. And then you will start treating them as the other 3D people, and the relationship as other, soulmate relationships and all of that. And this is where you will keep looping on the journey. You have to look at it as the energetic mirroring connection that it is, and the opportunity for a spiritual awakening that it presents to you, right? And always understand that manifestation is a byproduct. Manifestation of your union is a byproduct of the healing work that you do on yourself. It's an outer, it's an outer reflection of the inner union that you achieve. And that inner union is basically the union of the two polarities within you, the feminine and the masculine polarities that you hold within you, that become healed, that become, so effervescent enough to flow together, into the third channel within you, right? That is exactly what gets mirrored without, all right? This is, what union is. So be in that space, of seeing the connection for what it is, and avoid looping, in the journey for several years. If you keep treating them as a separate person and you keep creating stories around what my twin did or twin said, if you have those stories, write them down and look at them and heal those stories by, seeing what they're reflecting back to you and releasing all that pain, feeling it, and, just really just coming into your own power. And do not see them, as this different person, but just see them as you in another body. All right. This is, how you will transcend that, um, the repetition of the same cycles, the repeated disappointments that you have with your twin. Whatever expectations you have from him are the expectations that you are very capable of meeting. This is the point of the journey. This is what your twin is telling you, that, hey, you know what? You want love, you want money, you want success, you want happiness, you want joy. Can you do this all for yourself? And can you do this by yourself for you? You very well can. You want a romantic partner, be the romantic partner that you need from that you need in life, right? You want to be treated well, treat yourself really well, like intrinsically treat yourself well, treat your inner child well, right? You want a playful relationship, be playful within, right? You want somebody you can trust, who is consistent. Can you trust yourself? Can you be consistent towards the goals and the promises that you make to yourself, right? And can you heal all the pain, the walls that you have around your heart? Essentially, can you release those walls? Can you allow love to come in? And maybe the secret is that you yourself are love already, right? So this is all I wanted to speak about today. I hope this was helpful. If you feel guided to book a one-on-one session with me, my email address is on your screen. I'm a completelife@gmail.com, and you can book. At the moment, I'm doing like a 3-part session. For that, you can write to me. So my intent is, not to make you dependent on me. When you book an extensive session with me, we go really deep, and, we cover almost all areas. So that's why it's an extensive, one-time session. And I always aim to, have you become independent and leave you with a lot, to do and all of that. So, of course, you can book multiple sessions as well, as you're guided, as you need, and if you have questions or you want to understand the inner work that I suggest and all of that, or to even practice that inner work with me as well, right? But for more details, just write to me, and I will be very happy to assist you. So, I'll see you in the next podcast video. Sending you lots of love. Bye bye.